Denver, you could be facing this scene this weekend thanks to a new big storm. Snow is in the forecast. Just how much snow? A tricky call to make. But on the way, the factors that could spell the difference between a few inches of snow or more than a foot of it from this next big storm.
The other side of this storm, severe weather, like this new surveillance camera video into us showing the EF1 tornado that hit this week in Coconut Creek, Florida. Just ahead, where we could see a severe thunderstorm and tornado outbreak next week. Welcome to Weather Center Live on a Friday afternoon. Up top here, Alex.
Let's do it.
I'm Dave Schwartz. Good to see you.
I'm Alex Wilson. Hopefully your Friday's going great as well. You know, our next big storm is a two-sided blast of wintry and wild weather, so we want to get you on top of it.
Now, it's still way out in the Pacific Ocean. We'll show you it to you next.
But Kansas City is one of the places in line. Looking live right now. Looks beautiful. We got blue sky overhead, a nice Friday, so you're going, all right, what's coming my way? Because a lot of times you want to tune out over the weekend, and then you come back on Monday. But you might have to prepare around the Kansas City area for early next week. Here to explain what could be the difference between big snow or no snow, storm specialist Carl Parker.
Yeah, you know, we've still got a lot of model differences now. They're kind of back and forth on some things in terms of timing and all of that. Denver's a thorny issue right now. It looks like we're probably going to see the heaviest snow outside of Kansas City and Chicago, but maybe not. And so there are a lot of things that we need to continue to work on over the next several days. But the system itself is a long way off. This is a new product here. This is the Real View satellite, similar to what you might see if you were actually way up in space. And got a very strong jet stream coming across the Pacific Ocean, but the disturbance is actually right in there, so it's a ways off yet, but we are seeing a lead disturbance coming out across the west and already some snow and some rain with that. So we'll go to our model forecast and show you what it's telling us. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to, at this time you've got the low in California. This is Sunday evening, so obviously the snow is going to be coming down in the Sierra, but notice that the snow is not yet developed in Colorado, or at least in Denver Sunday evening. It really doesn't develop as the GFS sees it until Monday morning. That's when it starts to kick in, and then the low pressure passes just to the south. We have that upslope flow, and it goes on for a while. There's Monday evening, and then we go into Tuesday morning. Very strong winds here across the central plains, driving into the low pressure. Blizzard conditions, center of low pressure coming up and towards Chicago, and then that snow moves over into the western lakes. Now compare that to the European model, and you notice here that the snow is already starting to develop on late Sunday rather than Monday morning. There's Sunday at 10 p.m. It's starting to break out. So you've got a much longer period of snow as the European model sees it, with a little lead disturbance coming out ahead of it. And that's how the European has been seeing it for the last couple of runs. And then here you see it really kicks in Monday evening. You've got the upslope snow component. And then just like the GFS, you've got the blizzard coming up through the central plains and then right up into the western lakes. So when we compare the snowfall totals, you notice that the GFS does not show as much for the Denver metro. This the swath that comes out through the plains and into the Midwest, pretty much the same between the GFS and the European model. Not quite as far north as the European sees it in its latest run, but a lot more snow in Denver as the European model sees it. And in fact, here's the comparison between those two models going out in time, and you see how we're looking at so much more with the European as compared to the GFS. So what we've done here is we're splitting the difference. This is just going through Monday late, and the snow is going to continue likely into Tuesday, so it's going to be higher than this. But we could be talking about a foot of snow. Certainly that's possible, and we'll just have to continue to work on this forecast as we get closer.
And the storm is 3 to 5 days out.
Exactly.
So we know that there's some details yet to be worked out.
No doubt.
Thanks so much. Storm specialist Carl Parker. There's going to be a severe side to this storm as well.
Right. So for that, we turn things over to severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes. And Dr. Forbes, you've already got pretty high torcons into Tuesday.
I certainly do. It looks like we're going to have a tornado outbreak, especially Tuesday. I've raised Torcon to 5 already. Let's take a look. Now, things are a long way out. In fact, the seeds of this are out in the Pacific at this point, with a jet stream that's blasting in to northern parts of California and a cold pocket that's coming down from the Gulf of Alaska. That jet stream will strip off a piece of that, and by the time we get to Tuesday, that piece of the jet stream and that cold pocket aloft will be here, and the jet stream wind maximum over 150 miles miles per hour up where the jet aircraft fly. The exit region, the eastern side of that will be heading toward the Mississippi and Ohio River Valley, so that will trigger a low pressure over southwest portions of Missouri in the morning. The warm front probably starts the day around this location, may by evening get north of the Ohio River, and that'll allow that Gulf of Mexico warm moist air to come with it. A low-level jet, a 5,000 foot aloft, will be about 60 miles per hour, so there'll be a tremendous turning of the winds with height, and that will allow the storms to rotate supercell thunderstorms. It may begin overnight on Monday night in parts of Oklahoma, Texas, and especially Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana. 2 to 3s in the tornado condition index. But then, as we head into the daytime on Tuesday, things really get active from that Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana area by evening to eastern Kentucky down into parts of Alabama and Mississippi. And torcons of 5 there in eastern Mississippi, western parts of Alabama, 4s for Arkansas, Tennessee, and then maybe just north of the Ohio River Valley, and 3s for much of the rest of the area. Probably a squall line overnight Tuesday night from Kentucky and Alabama marching into Georgia, and then maybe parts of Virginia and the Carolinas on Wednesday. A little bit lower tornado values on those particular days. Dave, Alex?
Well, thank you, Dr. Forbes. I'm going to try not to worry about that this weekend. You know, that storm's going to be like Sunday night and then into Monday, Tuesday. So I'm just going to enjoy the nice mild weather we have now.
All right, well, there you have it. You know, it probably seems unfair, though, to those of you when we're talking about a new storm and you're still trying to recover from the last one.
Yeah, but snow piles are shrinking, and not just due to plowing efforts. Ahead, how warmth is eroding snow from Jonas.
And Dave mentioned that warmth across the southeast. We're going to talk more about it next.
Oh, I'm not a security guard. I'm a security monitor. I only notify people if there's a robbery. There's a robbery.
Why monitor a problem if you don't fix it? That's why LifeLock does more than free credit monitoring to protect you from identity theft. We not only use proprietary technology to detect and alert you to a range of identity threats. If you have a problem, we have a US-based team of specialists who work to fix it. We'll even spend up to $1 million on lawyers and experts to set things right. Considering how often you use public Wi-Fi, shop online, and give out your social security number, it's no wonder that 1 in 4 people have experienced identity theft. It's not too late to join. LifeLock memberships start at $9.99 a month. Join now and get LifeLock risk-free for 60 days using promo code BANK. Protection begins immediately. Call 1-800-LifeLock or visit lifelock.com.
I've always been protective of my little sister. But when she got cancer, she was the strong one. She learned while she needed chemo. It could weaken my immune system. But then you found out about Neulasta. Right.
Neulasta helps reduce infection risk by boosting your white blood cell count, which strengthens your immune system. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease.
Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to Neulasta or Neupogen. Ruptured spleens, sometimes fatal, as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, allergic reactions, puffiness in face or ankles, change in urine, swelling of stomach area, feeling of fullness, dizziness, or feeling faint to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
Ellie's strong, but she still needs help.
Yeah, I do.
Ask your doctor about Neulasta.
Those moments where we're dealing with life-threatening situations, we have a charge. We have a responsibility.
You have purpose. You have to get these people out of harm's way.
I'm telling people on TV the exact same thing that I would tell my family members.
And that's really what we're trying to do here, is to make sure people stay as safe as they can and save lives.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49, winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73, winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, cloudy, low 62, winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Over 40, feeling tired, losing muscle, and even romantic drive? Man up with Ageless Male. Natural ingredients clinically shown to support energy, promote muscle, and boost free testosterone.
The great thing about Ageless Male is that it works.
Man up with Ageless Male.
Hey, good morning, John.
This car ain't big enough for all of us.
What?
I'm the new baby.
A new baby?
Yeah. You gotta go.
Wow, John.
Download Wallapop. It's easy to make extra cash. Snap it and list it. Sell it to somebody close by and find great deals.
Enjoy it.
I will.
Download the free app. If you don't use it, Wallapop it!
If anybody is looking for home repair, home improvement, you need to go to Home Advisor.
At Home Advisor, you'll find millions of reviews of pre-screened local home pros.
Home Advisor took care of all of it, and they're there when I need them.
And it's always free. Go to homeadvisor.com now.
10 past the hour, and we're talking about a January thaw. You know, back on Monday, 95% of New England and New York State were covered by snow, thanks in part to Jonas. But then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we begin to see the snow melt in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, northern Connecticut, southern tier of New York, and the Hudson Valley of New York. And then by Friday, only 76% of the region covered by snow. And we've got some mild weather coming up. Today it's kind of windy. We've got some snow flurries around here. New York City's been right around 40 degrees, but we're looking to take off temperature-wise. Out in Liberal, Kansas, it's 70 degrees. That is what's headed our way. Southwesterly winds. New York City, Sunday and Monday will be up near 50. Tuesday up near 50. That is about 10 degrees above average. Is that not sweet? Right now, we still have those northwesterly winds. Buffalo 22, a lot of snow showers in the air. But then the colder trend ends here, and it actually begins to warm up, and it's the plains heat, or the reason for the plains heat, that's going to migrate eastward. So the jet stream's taking a dip now. It takes a ridge by the weekend. And that means temperatures up, up, up. The Canadian connection gone. High temperatures 10 to 20 degrees above average, my friend. Last weekend of January, we'll take it. Look at the numbers. Tomorrow, still pretty chilly, but about average. Boston, New York City, and Washington, D.C. But then, voila. Sunday, up near 50, mid-50s, Washington, D.C., and the 50s in Pittsburgh. And I'll tell you, much of the snow that's left from Winter Storm Jonas will have just disappeared. Pittsburgh, 46 degrees. That's 10 degrees above average on Monday. So on Monday, while the snowstorm is developing in the Central Plains, heading up toward Iowa and Minnesota, Wisconsin, we're going to be basking in some relatively mild air here in the Northeast back into the upper Ohio Valley. That's a look at the January thaw with regard to this portion of the country. We'll cover the entire U.S. during the course of the next 3 hours. Alex, over to you.
Well, that January thaw you just mentioned, it's going to heat the temperatures up over the next few days, but El Nino's influence remains in February and March. Here's our storm specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, with the just released preview of the next few months.
Well, let's look ahead to the rest of the winter and what's it going to be like? Everybody wants to know, right? So starting off February, we think it's going to be relatively warm, at least for the first few days. That's been well advertised by the models. As we head into the weekend and to the first part of next week, look at the maps. It does pretty strongly suggest warmer than average conditions in the east. And that sort of forecast has been in play in people's thinking now for a while, leading early on predictions for the month of February to be relatively warm in the east. But new data has come in to suggest that once we get past those first few days in February, things are going to turn around and get a lot colder in the east. That seems to be the consensus right now from the model forecast, which is why the new February forecast for the month as a whole looks like this: below average temperatures in the south and in the east in particular, and relatively warm conditions in the west. How about March? Let's go one more month, shall we? Well, guess what? This is straight out of the El Nino playbook. Below average temperatures in the south and above average in the north. Well, guess what? That El Nino playbook has not been working that well so far this season. So just hang on to the forecast and we'll update you when the new data comes in. Back to you.
Well, there you have it. Thank you, Dr. Postel. Well, this week, Florida has braved tornadoes, and for some, escaping them has been a close call.
Took the strength of the two of us to close the door against the wind trying to suck us out.
On the way, a dramatic video of one of those tornadoes as well as the damage it caused. Plus, days of rain in the Pacific Northwest. Why some of you are saying bring it on as that rain heads south. Then we are used to seeing snow plows, but maybe not here. On the way, the controversy over one community's decision to add snow fighting gear. We'll take you to New Orleans, Louisiana right now. You've got a mild weekend headed your way. Everybody out there in Jackson Square, get some art, listen to some music. Severe threat amps up into next week. We'll talk about it coming up.
Direct from our imagination. The all-new Civic from Honda.
Attention, Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to internal bleeding.
If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and were then hospitalized for internal bleeding, call the Goldwater Law Firm.
The makers of Pradaxa have agreed to pay $650 million in settlements. If you took Pradaxa or Xarelto and were injured, call us right now.
You may be entitled to substantial compensation. Call 1-800-819-1200. That's 1-800-819-1200.
Imagine yourself exploring the mysteries of Machu Picchu, dining at the Eiffel Tower, or staying at the Fairmont Lake Louise in the Canadian Rockies. Across all 7 continents, Colette's guided tours take you places others only dream about.
I love Colette because they arrange everything for me. All I have to do is sit back and enjoy.
Marvel at iconic landmarks, savor delicious meals, come to know new cultures and make new friends. Along the way, enjoy immersive itineraries featuring experiences you can only find with Colette. Whether you're in the America West, discovering New Zealand, or walking on the Great Wall, you'll be traveling with one of our professional tour managers. All you have to do is embrace the adventure. To order your free brochure, call 855-713-8687. Experience the best in guided travel. 855-713-8687.
I really want there to be a venue where people who are trying to make a difference can have a voice and have a place to talk about their passions. Weather, climate, environment, technology, science. They're the topics of our lives right now. So let's talk about them.
At The Watershed, we believe in recovery. We believe that every alcoholic and addict deserves the opportunity to be healed. Our team of addiction professionals will address the underlying causes of your addiction while treating you with dignity and respect. We've helped thousands of patients recover from this seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. Addicts can recover. Addicts do recover. No matter how hopeless the situation seems, the time to get help is now. Call The Watershed today.
In celebration of Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's anniversary, we're excited to offer rates from $149 in prime season on our 2-night Bahamas cruise. Come experience our delicious food, outstanding service, and the great entertainment throughout the cruise. Get pampered, get excited, and try something new and fun in the beautiful Bahamas. Come celebrate our anniversary. Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100.
Wait. Uh-oh.
When the going gets tough, the tough keep pulling.
All new episodes of Highway Through Hell, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Yeah!
Currently in our area, 66 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 49. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy. High 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, cloudy. Low 62. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Let's take a live look at Los Angeles, where rain is headed your way. Not all bad news, though. Of course, Californians want to get as much rain, snow as they can get. And surfers know we've got a high surf advisory in effect now into early Saturday morning. So careful while you're hanging 10. Let's take you out to the northwest, talk about what's headed your way as we get into the weekend, who's going to get in on the rain and who gets the snow. Right now, we're looking at rain into coastal sections of Washington and Oregon, as well as the northern tier of California. As we get into the Cascades, that's where the snow is falling. And into Idaho, we've seen plenty of rain, snow, and that wintry mix also around the Salt Lake City metro area. We're going to go way out and take a look. Notice Hawaii down there in the far left bottom corner of that image, and you can see just this stream of clouds. That's that moisture plume working all the way from around Hawaii up into parts of the Pacific Northwest. So we've got lots of available moisture, and with this jet stream offering up these storms, rain and snow a good bet as we head into the coming days. There's the available moisture, and you can see the yellows indicate high available moisture. So that's headed into parts of California as we go through the start of the weekend and even into the end part. Here's Saturday's forecast, what we expect things to look like on the radar. Notice we've got rain, we've got snow up into the Sierra Nevada. So you guys, the skiers, you're going to be adding much more in the way of snowfall. Great news for you. Even Sunday, look at all the rain, the snow as that next storm system develops. We could see some heavy snow into southern parts of Nevada, Utah, and also getting into the southwest corner of Colorado into the second half of the weekend. Rainfall total forecast up to an inch, where you see that lighter shade of green. 1 to 2 inches, though, possible across southern sections of California. So, happy to see that given the drought conditions that we've been dealing with and that's been making headlines across the state of California. For Los Angeles, your Sunday forecast shows you wake up mid-morning, maybe you're sleeping in a little bit. 9 a.m. we've got the showers, steadier rain through the lunchtime hours and early afternoon, even a hit or miss thunderstorm possible during the early dinner time hours. Dave.
And Alex, while California is going to get wet down, Florida is drying out after its second tornado in 2 days with a lot of rain, too. Areas such as Lake Worth also saw tree damage. Marissa Bagg with WTVJ updates us on the damage done in Delray Beach yesterday by a confirmed EF0 tornado.
I heard this huge noise. I could feel the rain just beating.
Tornado touchdown. Staff members at St. Mary's Anglican Church believe it hit right in the middle of their courtyard.
I did not expect a tornado here.
Take a look at this man making a delivery for the bishop. Pants blowing in the wind. As the administrative assistant opens the door for him, the patio furniture flies everywhere.
Took the strength of the two of us to close the door against the wind trying to suck us out.
Debris all over, and of course the furniture in here was broken. Fence torn down. We have damage to the roof.
Trees also broke in half, spreading debris around the parking lot. Utility crews worked to restore power and remained on scene for several hours, fixing down power lines.
Very busy. We're gonna have to work even Sundays to keep up with the ticket load.
No injuries to report, but a big scare for JP and the delivery man that could have ended much worse.
We're okay. The church got some physical damage, but everybody's okay.
Well, that's good news. Now, Florida is no stranger to tornadoes, but this is a rare sight in the state. Snowplows. Florida's Department of Transportation is testing gear in the event of a winter storm.
I think that's kind of ridiculous. I don't think there's going to be snow down this far, and if we do, they'll just do like North Carolina, South Carolina, and just shut everything down.
The state has $80,000 worth of snow gear that it's testing, mostly in the Panhandle. And to those who are puzzled by the idea of snow gear in Florida, they say it's better to be safe than sorry. Alex? What do you think?
I guess, I mean, that's a saying. You know what? I guess it's true. Like, if everybody rioted or something and they got rid of it, that would be the one time you'd get snow. It's Murphy's Law, right?
Right.
We'll tell snow gear definitely coming in handy in a lot of places starting this weekend. We've got the story next.
Feel a cold coming on? New Zicam Cold Remedy Nasal Swabs shorten colds with a snap and reduce symptom severity by 45%. Shorten your colds with a snap with Zicam.
Seems we've hit a roadblock.
That reminds me. Anyone have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating?
Yes.
One Philips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against occasional digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria. Live the regular life. Philips.
Soup and sandwich and somewhere to go and clean and real and nowhere to be and warmth and looking good and sandwich and soup and inside jokes and Dan is back. Good, clean food pairs well with anything. The Clean Pairings menu, 500 calories or less. At Panera, food as it should be.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead. Big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I looked at my options. Then I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it helps pick up some of what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs.
To me, relationships matter. I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So don't wait. Call now and request this free decision guide to help you better understand Medicare and which AARP Medicare supplement plan might be best for you. There's a wide range to choose from.
We love to travel, and there's so much more to see. So we found a plan that can travel with us anywhere in the country.
Join the millions of people who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP, an organization serving the needs of people 50 and over for generations. Remember, all Medicare supplement insurance plans help cover what Medicare doesn't pay and could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide and learn more about the kinds of plans that will be here for you now and down the road.
I have a lifetime of experience, so I know how important that is.
When the going gets tough, the tough keep pulling.
Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way! There's trouble coming down the mountain.
This storm's really beating us up.
And the roughest roads
This one's gonna be a challenge.
are just ahead. All new episodes of Highway Through Hell, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 66 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, cloudy, low 62. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by California Walnuts. What makes this the best simple dinner ever? Great tasting, heart-healthy California walnuts. So simple. Get the recipes at walnuts.org.
come out and break my back outside to get out of the snow, and then go to work and break my back.
I looked out the window and my car wasn't there.
Here we are again, the joys of the Jersey Shore.
3 docks floated hundreds of feet from where they were and landed on the driveway.
We're in it.
Tight rotation. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado.
One truck toppled over. This truck, another truck toppled over here.
My car's underneath another car.
Nothing you can't say.
Sorry. I'm just glad I'm alive and I wasn't in it, that's all.
If it falls, it's not going to fall in 10 seconds. We'll have plenty of time to get out the front door.
Go!
How is that for a week's worth of weather, huh?
What a wild week indeed.
It is 1:30 here on Weather Center Live. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson. How about we made it to Friday? A lot of people going, I need a break, because that has been a wild week of weather caused by Winter Storm Jonas. Also, its aftermath, of course, those storms across Florida.
Yeah, and another multi-sided weather storm is on the way. Like Jonas, this one covers a lot of real estate. On the wintry side, well, Salt Lake City, we are in the upper 30s right now.
And on the stormy side, New Orleans, you've got a nice day out there today and into the weekend, but early next week, you got to be on guard. We've got experts in place to keep you ahead of what this storm could produce. And, you know, some of these forecasts are tricky, especially when it comes to exactly how much snow could and will fall.
Right.
And where?
This far out. To get the details at this point is really hard to expect. And we really need to keep tuning into the Weather Channel to see people such as you giving us the very latest, at least at this point. So, Carl, what would you suggest? People tune in again Saturday, Sunday, Monday kind of thing?
Over the weekend especially, and if you're in Denver, definitely over the weekend, because it's going to be developing most likely late on Sunday. You know, and on the broad strokes, we're still pretty much on the same page as compared to yesterday, but there are still these details that need to be worked out. And let's begin with a look at what's going on the satellite. So we've got this first disturbance coming into the west right now. You see the very strong jet stream associated with that. And then farther out into the Pacific Ocean, here is the main event. That is the disturbance that's going to be coming in Sunday and Monday. So by Sunday, we've got a surface low setting up here in California and Nevada. There you see very heavy snow coming across the Sierra at that time. And notice that the snow is just going to be developing. Now, this is the GFS model's estimation of this. As the GFS sees it, the snow just developing here on Monday, and then going through the day on Monday, even into Tuesday, would be snow and wind in that case. And then it comes out into the plains. You see a lot of isobars here indicating a very steep pressure gradient, and that's your blizzard right there, and then it comes up and into the lakes. We mentioned this yesterday. This is our area of snow. This is our snowfall forecast right now. So we'll outline that and show you where the strong winds are, and you notice that they get very strong indeed Tuesday morning. That's wind of 30, maybe 35 miles per hour sustained. So we're getting into blizzard territory. That's when the visibilities really come down. You have 3 hours or more of 35 mile per hour winds or frequent gusts to 35, and we could easily see that. So it's going to be very difficult to travel in the middle of the country come Tuesday. Now, a big difference with the European model is the timing of all of this. You see the snow already stretching into the Rockies Sunday night. By late Sunday night, the European shows it developing. So remember, the GFS showed it happening Monday morning. European says Sunday night, but then they continue for the same period of time. So because of that longer period, you've got more snow coming out of the European model as it sees it right now. So this is the Monday forecast from the European model, still going on there in Colorado. There's your blizzard through the middle of the country, and there it comes up into the western lakes. So here's a look at the snow comparison between these two models, and broadly you see the same thing, but I want you to pay attention to that area right there, this area right here, and this area right there. So you see there's not a lot of snow in those areas as the GFS sees it, but then take a look at the European model, and it shows a lot more snow there, southwestern Kansas, a lot of snow in northern Colorado, and then not as much much up here into Minnesota. So again, it's these details that we need to continue to work on. Let's go over to Dr. Forbes right now for the latest on the severe side of the storm.
Yeah, thanks, Carl. And the severe side is going to feature a tornado outbreak, very likely on Tuesday. Might some begin even a little bit before that. Take a look. By Tuesday, we'll have the same weather disturbance, the same jet stream. It'll be the leading edge and the south edge of that will be giving the severe weather up where the jet aircraft fly. Look at that, 150 miles per hour. That will have that same surface low, but on the east side, the warm, moist air will be pushing northward. The warm front will be pushing from that morning position up north of the Ohio River Valley, and we'll have the low-level jet at 5,000 feet that will be coming in from the southwest. So that will give the turning of the winds with height. So maybe even Monday night, we'll have from parts of Oklahoma and Texas, from Louisiana up into Missouri, a chance of some severe thunderstorms. But the main event will really be going on Tuesday, probably in the morning or midday from Missouri down to Louisiana, pushing by evening to the eastern parts of this red shaded area. But in between, we'll have a high chance of tornadoes. I've raised it today to a tornado condition index of 5 for eastern parts of Mississippi, western Alabama, and 4 values up into Tennessee, Kentucky, maybe up into the southern Illinois, southern Indiana area, and 3s for the rest of the area. Then Tuesday night, eastern Kentucky and eastern Alabama over into parts of Georgia and the western Carolinas. And Wednesday, the threat will push over into Virginia, parts of the Carolinas as well. Tornado condition index in the 2 to 3 range, maybe 3 for southeast Virginia as the system then pushes offshore. Now, this whole weather system reminds me of one we've seen before, Super Tuesday, 2008. We called that tornado outbreak. Does the jet stream look familiar? Yes, it sure does. Does the surface low position look familiar? Yes, it sure does. The surface wind direction? Yep. Surface southwest winds looks pretty close. And so we're going to likely see something very similar in terms of the tornadoes, and that's what I've been forecasting. That event had 50 tornadoes across Kentucky and Tennessee. I think this time it'll probably be the tornado threat a little bit farther to the south, but some of these same states could have some dangerous tornadoes. Stay tuned to the Weather Channel. We'll continue to give you updates on all this as days get closer and closer. Alex?
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Forbes. We know the next big storm will be rolling in from the west. Ahead, we're going to talk about the weather to watch right now from the west coast into the interior parts of the west.
Yeah, we do have some showers out there now. A buried sin ship is found. How about that? The treasure beneath the waves. How weather helped reveal an unexpected sight along the shore and the buried secrets it contains.
That's an interesting one, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Of course, we're going to do a 7-day forecast coming up too, right?
Right. Plus, we're looking outside here in New York City. We've had a few sprinkles and flurries here today. Otherwise, not too bad of a day. Temperature right around 40, and it is a little blustery, but warmer weather is coming up this weekend.
That's really going to be the talking point this weekend for a lot of you in the central part of the country, all the way to the East Coast. Atlanta, how about mid-60s for the Saturday?
How about mid-60s for Sunday, too?
We'll take it.
With sunshine like this, low humidity, so use that skin cream and the lip balm.
Yeah, dining al fresco, though. I think a lot of people want to get outside. Let's go to New Orleans, where you're also outside this weekend, but early next week, got to watch for that severe weather chance. Jackson Square, one of the coolest places. Artists from everywhere, musicians. Just hang out and relax.
71 degrees. Storms on the way early next week.
Currently in our area, 66 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, cloudy, low 62. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tired of food sticking to the pan? You try to scrape it, and then you scratch it. You may as well trash it. Not anymore. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Gotham Steel, the newest technology in non-stick cookware made with ceramic and super strong titanium. Stronger than ever before. It's literally like cooking on air. Everything slides right off. This pan makes cooking so easy. Check out this s'mores recipe. Start with chocolate chips, add sweetened condensed milk, marshmallows, and then bake. That's right, use Gotham Steel in the oven to up to 500 degrees. And then look, it slides right out. Delicious. And it's dishwasher safe. Watch, you'd never whisk eggs in a non-stick pan, right? Well, you can with my pan. Use metal and never make a scratch ever. No oil or butter, absolutely no sticking and no scratches. It's amazing. Plus, make flavorful flaky salmon and grill steaks to perfection. Look, burnt cheese is a frying pan disaster. Not with my pan. Shredded Parmesan, right on the heat. And here's a secret. Shape a bowl for a unique way to serve party dips. Even fire won't damage Gotham Steel. Make steak fajita flambe with ease. No burnt stuck on mess. Just a clean pan and flawless food every time.
Get your 9.5-inch Gotham Steel pan with new titanium ceramic surface for just $19.99. It includes high-end features like a metal scratch guard ring and a solid stainless steel handle. Plus, it's safe for the whole family because Gotham Steel has no harmful PFOAs. And we're so sure it won't stick and won't scratch that we're going to give you a huge 90-day money-back guarantee. No other pan will give you that. So call now to get your Gotham Steel pan with titanium and ceramic for $19.99. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-340-4038. That's 1-800-340-4038. Or order online at gothamsteel.com. That's 1-800-340-4038.
Like most of us, you've taken good care of your home over the years. You've worked hard to make sure it's weathered the storms and always looked its best. So when it comes to your retirement years, wouldn't it be great if your home could start taking care of you? Well, it can. A reverse mortgage loan from AAG can help you access your home's equity as tax-free cash and could give you the retirement you've earned. It's money that can eliminate your existing monthly mortgage payments, pay off debt, and get you and your family the financial resources you need. If you're 62 or older and own your home, why not call for a free information pack from AAG with absolutely no obligation? It'll tell you what you need to know about how a reverse mortgage could work for you.
Call 1-800-850-1314 now to receive our all-new information pack, all absolutely free with no obligation. Call 1-800-850-1314. That's 1-800-850-1314.
You'll receive a reverse mortgage guide and discover that it's a loan that your home pays back instead of you making monthly payments, allowing you to stay in the home you love. In the pack, there's also an important all-new reverse mortgage retirement planner that explains the many ways a reverse mortgage can provide stability for your retirement. And we know how important family can be in making these types of decisions. So there's a third guide filled with information for your family and loved ones. It's got what you need to know about reverse mortgages and how they can play a vital role in your retirement plan. For many of us, our home is our biggest asset. Maybe it's time you unlocked that money and started making it work for you. Don't you deserve it? Give AAG a call today.
Call 1-800-850-1314 now to receive our all-new information pack, all absolutely free with no obligation. Call 1-800-850-1314. That's 1-800-850-1314.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
What are you doing? I'm selling you on Wallapop. So, giving up? Mm-hmm. He's selling me! He's selling me! Yes!
Download Wallapop. It's easy to make extra cash. Snap it and list it. Sell it to somebody close by and find great deals.
I know how to do that. That's simple stuff. Yes.
Download the free app. If you don't use it, Wallapop it!
Well, earlier this week, we told you about buildings literally on edge in Pacific California due to storms in this busy El Nino year. But there's another unexpected effect at the beach in Coronado, California. That's near San Diego. More of the wreckage of a vessel known as the Sin Ship has appeared on the beach, as Omari Fleming of KNSD shows us.
Like a groundhog sticking its head out, this year's El Nino-driven storms, along with low tides, helping to once again unearth a spectacular look at an ancient shipwreck on Coronado Beach.
I haven't seen this much of the ship in the 50 years that I've been here.
Joe Dittler is the Coronado historian that snapped these pictures of what he says is the deck of the SS Monte Carlo, a 300-foot floating gambling casino that was parked 3 miles off Coronado's shore. New Year's Eve, 1936, a storm broke the Sin ship's moorings.
Evangelists throughout San Diego County and Southern California, actually, their whole sermons were devoted to the Sin ship and may God let forth his wrath. And well, of course, when it did break its mooring and crash on the beach here, every one of them took credit for it.
And my dad was here in 1936 when it washed ashore. I promise.
With the sunset as a backdrop, Belle Mitchell snapped pictures of the shipwreck, recalling the story her father told her.
Once they boarded, one man was up underneath, and he came up and said, "Kids, get the off of my boat," and they jumped ship.
There are rumors that at least $100,000 of silver dollars are buried with the ship, according to Dittler. He showed us 2 of the coins recovered after the wreck. The beach ship, once known as a pleasure palace, now providing pleasure and a place to play for sightseers.
I'm going to research it. I'm going to probably try and get a lot of information on it and probably look it up, look at pictures and stuff like that.
There you go, mystery for everybody. And during Prohibition, the ship stayed in international waters 3 miles off Coronado's shore. Fun seekers took smaller boats to the vessel for a night of revelry. How about that?
Yeah, it sounds like fun, right?
Yeah, I guess it's like going to one of those like out-of-state casinos or something.
I love looking at those really old coins too.
Yeah,
I think those
really
are really
neat.
cool.
And I love that the kids were like, you know what, I'm going to actually do some research on this. So maybe a cool learning opportunity.
Yeah. Very nice.
All
yeah.
right, 7-day time, right?
7-day time. We're starting off east to west, and then we're going to show you Coronado, California, and what's going to be coming in from Coronado, California.
Let's do it.
Okay. We've got, we actually have like a trough of low pressure coming in from the west, and we have that storm that was kind of sitting over Texas and Florida for a couple of days, stretched out. Well, it's kind of made the turn, and up here in Nova Scotia, they got a big snowstorm going on back here into New Brunswick also, and parts of Maine getting some accumulating snow here down East Maine, while here in Boston, we just have some snow coming in, but it's 40 degrees. Snow coming in from the northwest side. Might even be some sprinkles on the front end of it. That'll reduce visibility. Temperature will probably fall to about 35, but we're not expecting anything accumulating on the roads. Just want to let you know with afternoon rush hour coming up. From Boston to Austin. Boy, what a beautiful day. The radar is clear. It's 74 degrees in Austin, Texas right now. That's going to be spreading north and eastward the next couple of days, and your humidity is low. That's why our low temperature this morning was 31. Dress the kids for that. And then here we have some scattered showers. There could even be some lightning and thunder in some of these, Seattle and Portland, so watch it on I-5. And further down the coast in Coronado, California, it's dry for now, but you can see the jet stream is heading right into California. We're going to get some rain here tomorrow and tomorrow night. Los Angeles and San Diego. And that storm is going to be moving into Arizona and Utah. And you talk about the wind blowing in the southwest. This is a little preliminary storm that goes up and out, but then here is the big one. That is the big one. That's the big snowstorm everybody's talking about. Denver, Salt Lake City, Moab, Utah, out to Omaha and Des Moines, up toward Milwaukee, maybe Milwaukee. Storm leaves the country and we're just left with mild rain here along the East Coast next Wednesday and Thursday. Then we dry out, temperatures right back to about average. Your 7-day forecast winter weather update next.
Your brain is an amazing thing. But as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too.
7 days a week. AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise.
We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagno, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel, and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 66 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, cloudy, low 62. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Growing up, we were German. We danced in a German dance group. I wore lederhosen. When I first got on Ancestry, I was really surprised that I wasn't finding all of these Germans in my tree. I decided to have my DNA tested through Ancestry DNA. The big surprise was we're not German at all. 52% of my DNA comes from Scotland and Ireland. So I traded in my lederhosen for a kilt.
Ancestry has many paths to discovering your story. Get started for free at Ancestry.com.
Is your body storing fat more easily? Do you suffer from a lack of energy? Or the draining side effects of restless sleep? How about an increase in wrinkles and even sagging skin?
Hi, I'm Kim Douglas, and as a beauty expert always on the hunt for the next great breakthrough, when I heard about a youth hormone that was associated with reducing body fat, increasing lean muscle mass, and even reducing the appearance of wrinkles, I just had to learn more. I'm talking about human growth hormone, or HGH, and as early as our mid-20s, our natural production of HGH begins to drop dramatically. Here's the good news. Finally, there's Serovital.
Serovital is the first and only amino acid complex shown in a clinical trial to trigger the body's own natural release of HGH from the pituitary gland and increase mean HGH levels by an astonishing 682%.
HGH has been associated with reducing body fat, reducing the appearance of wrinkles, improving sleep, and even boosting energy. As a doctor and a woman, I am very excited that now I can tell women everywhere about Serovital.
Serovital boosts your HGH naturally and at a fraction of the cost of painful injections. Serovital sells for $99 in stores. But call right now because we're letting as many women as possible try Serovital for 30 days absolutely risk-free. Plus, call in the next 6 minutes and we'll also include free shipping. You owe it to yourself to try Serovital for 30 days. It's absolutely risk-free.
Serovital is a true scientific breakthrough, 20 years in the making.
Get the facts at myserovital.com. Supplies are limited. Call 1-800-298-6193 or go to myserovital.com for your risk-free trial.
There is no better place that I'd rather be than right next to you, looking at me. Oh, I swear you're all that I live.
FAU's Lifelong Learning Society in Jupiter is a great way to learn something new. It offers affordable university-level courses for adults of all ages with no homework, no tests, and no stress. Don't miss an evening with Dr. Bennett Omalu, the first doctor to discover and diagnose chronic brain damage in NFL athletes, and the subject of the movie Concussion, starring Will Smith. Visit us online to learn more at llsjupiter.com.
We shop, you save.
Here we go.
It's our biggest seasons ever. Starting with new episodes of Prospectors at 9 and Highway Through Hell at 10.
Bam!
Sundays on the Weather Channel.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Join us tomorrow morning for the It's Amazing Out There Winter Tour.
We explore snow in gravity.
A bit hard to hear Maria LaRosa and Chris Warren, but you can see and hear them much better tomorrow at 6 a.m. Eastern. That's when they're going to start the It's Amazing Out There Winter Tour. Right now, though, Carl, Parker, and Dave, you guys are going to take us on a tour of a winter storm that's going to affect us this weekend into next week.
And it's not even here. I mean, it's not even within 3,000 miles of the United States.
Oh, we know.
We do know it's coming, don't we, Carl?
We do indeed. We've got one wave that's coming into the west right now.
Low pressure.
Low pressure, exactly. And you've got this area of rain and snow that's across a lot of the interior northwest. But then we're also going to see this next big storm coming in, and that's associated with this jet stream, this long line of clouds now extending across the eastern part of the Pacific. And we're still seeing that cold front today. Remember, we were looking at that yesterday, right in there. Cold front showing up really nicely. So right here around the bottom edge of that, that's where the surface low pressure is going to develop. Now, models have gotten so good, Dave, and take a look at this. This is the modeled satellite from the RPM model, and it looks exactly like what's going on right now. You see
so
that?
This is a computer model.
This is a computer model showing you the satellite, and we've also put the pressure, lines of equal pressure on there, the isobars on there, and we're going to watch this area right in there. That's where our low pressure is going to be developing. It's going to come out of there, and then you see it beginning to really consolidate, and here we go into late Sunday. There's our low pressure center right there. This is the classic cyclone model here, where you've got the low pressure sitting right in here. You've got the warm and humid air coming up in there. Here's your warm front right there, and then here's your cold front right in there, and cooler air dropping down behind it. So that's the beginning of the storm right there. Now, this is the same model. This is the RPM model showing this first area of weather coming farther inland, some of that moisture driving right across into Nevada and into the Wasatch, and then here comes the next batch, right? So there's Sunday morning, snow developing in the Sierra, and by the way, we could be talking about 5 to 6 feet of snow in the Sierra. So this is great news.
Great news.
For skiers, for California in general, all the way around, it's wonderful. That's going to go on through all of Sunday into the afternoon. We've got more of the same, just winding down late Sunday, and then really comes into the Wasatch, Capitol Reef National Park, Bryce Canyon, over into the San Juans there, into Taos, New Mexico, the Mogollon Rim, all of these areas getting walloped by snow by late Sunday, and that's going to go on for a long time as that low pressure comes through the Four Corners right through Monday and even into Tuesday there in the Front Range of the Rockies.
That's a big concern. That's a big recreation area, and we have the weekend coming up, so the snow and the wind, that's a big story.
It would not be a good weekend to go out hiking or anything like that. You have to be really, really careful.
Then what happens?
Well, so what happens is you've got this huge area of snow, and remember, these are, Colorado's not in a drought right now, but they've been in drought quite a bit in recent years, and we're going to talk more about that coming up in our next hour. But you see how much moisture is on the way for the West in general. I mean, just really, really getting hit hard here in the Rockies, in Utah, and the Sierra Nevada. And then after that, then the storm comes out into the plains. There's Monday. Tuesday, you've got a blizzard going on here in the Central Plains with a lot of wind and a pretty good stripe of snow. And we'll have more on that coming up.
Wow, from California to the Great Lakes.
Yeah, huge area.
Amazing. Thanks a lot, Carl. Alex, back to you.
Well, an unsettled weekend for some, but in the Twin Cities, it is opening weekend for the St. Paul Winter Carnival. So we got to give you your forecast, some wintry weather to go along with that carnival. Saturday looks good, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures warming into the upper 30s, but a wintry mix arrives Saturday night, and by Sunday, how about the feel of winter? You've got 36 degrees with snow showers. So across the rest of the country, the warmth going to be the big story into the southeast. Look at these highs on Saturday. 64 in Atlanta, 75 in Dallas, even mid-40s for Chicago. Sunday, rain showers into the Midwest. We'll be right back.
Currently in our area, 66 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 49. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, cloudy, low 62. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.